But first, a story affecting millions of American travelers. The Federal Aviation Administration announcing it will reduce the nation's air traffic come Friday if the government does not reopen.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us. That move and other measures being considered will add to travel issues nationwide with delays, cancellations, and snarled air traffic.
This comes as the government shutdown stretches into day 36 at midnight. Our Kristen Moran is live at Cleveland Hopkins Airport with what that could mean for travelers here and across the country. Kristen.
Right. Well, Lena, the Trump administration says the cutbacks will impact 40 major airports nationwide. And FAA Administrator Brian Bedford was a part of that team that made that announcement today.
When we see pressures building in these 40 markets, we just can't ignore it, and we're not going to wait for a safety problem to truly manifest itself when the early indicators are telling us we can take action today to prevent things from deteriorating.
In an announcement Wednesday, the FAA says they will reduce air traffic by 10% at 40 airports starting Friday morning. Jason Lorenzen, assistant professor of aeronautics at Kent State University, tells me this move is proactive.
It's to alleviate a lot of that strain so we don't have an accident. That's the big thing. We want to keep everybody safe. That is the big issue here.
Right now, the FAA hasn't said which airports will be impacted, but Lorenzen expects it'll hit the big hubs first.
Hubs like Newark, Atlanta, Houston, Chicago, so you can kind of plan on that.
The FAA says staffing shortages and safety concerns are driving this decision, as some air traffic controllers have been working without pay since the shutdown began. Lorenzen says you can expect to see some delays.
You may not be able to get A to B as easily as you could perhaps 3 months ago, even a month ago, a couple weeks ago. But take a look at that goal that you may not be going because it's just simply not safe.
When asked about the FAA decision, Senators Bernie Moreno and John Husted blamed Democrats for the shutdown, while Congresswoman Amelia Sykes blamed Republicans and urges lawmakers to put their egos aside. In a statement, the National Air Traffic Controllers Association shared in part, even as they go without pay during this record-long government shutdown, America's air traffic controllers remain steadfast in their commitment to ensuring the safety and efficiency of the national airspace system. Meantime, Lorenzen's final message to travelers: have patience.
Be kind, too. This is going to be a very, very stressful time. Remember, those people aren't getting paid, and they're still going to be professional. They're still expected to be at that level.
Now, I reached out to Hopkins. A spokesperson tells me they're not commenting at this time, given it's a developing situation. Meantime, that list of affected airports is expected to be released tomorrow, Russ.
Okay, Kristen Moran at Hopkins, thank you.